Hey, what's up, guys? How are y'all? Welcome back to the OS Rick Project, episode 64. The only podcast that promises not to flex the rank. Well, maybe a little flex. Maybe a little flex, right? What's the point of playing video games? You can't flex a little bit, right? You know, you have that one homeboy who like talks about like, oh yeah, I'm top rank in Apex. Cool. Yeah, me and my squad, we're up there. Modern Warfare. Like, really? Really? That's nice. Anyways, guys, how are y'all? Welcome back to the show. Whether you're on your way to work, at work, or working out, thank you for hanging out. Appreciate whether you're listening. Guys, what you been up to? How is everything? What have you been playing? What have you been watching? I hear The Witcher's not doing so well. I heard that show's crap. What about Secret Invasion? Y'all been watching that also? You know, ever since last year when I was watching, was it Obi-Wan? It's like, man, Disney stuff is just really turning to crap, didn't it? There hasn't been nothing on. Same with Netflix. I haven't seen anything on there that has been well. And I'll be honest with you guys. I don't really watch that much TV. I come home for lunch. I'll watch maybe an episode of a random anime. Whether Witch of Mercury or Mashal or maybe some Attack on Titan while I'm exercising, and then I'm either streaming or whatever. But yeah, guys. Also, this is Evo weekend coming up from the 4th all the way to the 6th. I talked to some of my friends. One of my friends already headed out. He caught a flight today. Have another one heading out tomorrow evening, and then I have another friend that's going to be attending. I haven't talked to him yet, so I got to see how he's doing. But I'm pretty sure they're all starting heading their way out there to Las Vegas to be part of the 7,000 man tournament for Street Fighter 6. Can you believe it, guys? Now, I know I said this last time. I believe I said it last time on the podcast, but I'm sure there's not going to be 7,000 entrants. There's going to be some people that just couldn't make it, whether the flight got delayed or maybe something came up or something like that. But still, it's going to be a lot of people there, right? And I was actually talking to chat during the stream, and I was trying to make a point. A conversation piece is, who do you think is going to make top 6? Because remember, guys, this is top 6 now. They're not doing top 8, at least not for Street Fighter. I don't think for anything on Sunday. I don't think they're doing top 8. I think they're just going top 6. I think they want to keep it under a certain time, which, in smaller tournaments, I probably want to see more top 8. But when it's something this big, and this expensive and this extravagant with this much production, you have to have it. Make sure to wrap up by midnight, because if not, Daddy gonna have to pay to keep the Mandalay. Oh, the bars. I got bars, baby. I'm a freaking writer here too. But yeah. So yeah, for smaller things, yeah, I don't mind eight man, top 8. Something this big for sure. If it goes 6, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be a lot of Street Fighter. There's a lot of Street Fighter you're watching, and Guilty Gear, and Tekken, and Guilty Gear, and not Mortal Kombat. Nobody's watching Mortal Kombat. But yeah, I'm excited, guys. But anyways, I was trying to make a conversation piece of like, who do you think we're gonna see in top 8? I've heard some people say maybe the Birds will make it. Big Bird, Angry Bird will make it. Maybe Mena RD. Maybe Punk. Maybe we could see Tokido there. What about last year's champion Kawano? Maybe he make it in top 6. IDOM. Is it possible? Punk. Who else? Did I say Punk already? I mean, and the thing is that it's going to be really hard to say who's going to make it up there, because there's just so many people. It's a brand new game. We're barely 2 months into the life cycle of this game, so it's still everywhere. I mean, this game is still very volatile, guys. And I think I saw like a little clip of Daigo talking about like this game should be like a first to 10 game, because it could go in any direction at any given moment. And I, mind you, guys, I'm not good at this game at all. Okay, I'm not good at this game at all. I'm barely like at the middle of the gold rank. Okay, but I do feel there's some times where you lose to someone, maybe the first round, you just get completely washed. You're like, oh my God, what's going on? You know? But the thing is, then you get your bearings and then you realize, oh, okay, I know what they're doing. You just got to watch out for this stuff. Or, you know, there's some times when you get put in the corner, the mental stack really comes on, whether if you're in the corner or you're finding them in the corner, because now it's going to come to what are they going to do? Are they going to wake up, drive impact? Are they going to just wake up, jump, neutral jump, or they'll try to jump out of the corner? Are they going to wake up pushing up buttons, or do they have an invincible DP to get out of? And there's a lot of times if they can't, if they're scared or can't react or don't have any options, or you're able to get good read on them, they're going to just sit in the corner and you're going to pummel them, and the game could be done just like that. I mean, the damage is insane. How many times do you guys just make one bad mistake against a Maritza and it's game over? I mean, we've all been there, right? We've seen it, especially her. I mean, I've been playing strictly Guile since the game, and it's funny. I told myself I want to try everybody out, but I've been wanting to focus on Guile and just him and trying to make it work. And I feel like I'm getting there. I feel like I'm getting there. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of execute. I mean, Guile is. I mean, of course, they all are to a certain degree, but I feel very much with Guile. There's definitely he's. They say the game says it's easy to play, but to execute it right, what and you got to learn what you can delay, what you can connect, and you always got to be charging. And then if you have perfect booms, those can link. They'll give you extra frames, but I've been enjoying it, and I'm trying to learn, and I'm trying to, and I mentioned this to some friends that I play Street Fighter with, is that when I first started playing the game, I was just playing basic Street Fighter. I'm not playing Street Fighter 6. I had to get all the drive rush, the drive impacts. I had to get all those incorporated into my game plan when I'm playing, because if not, you're gonna get washed. And that was happening with me when I was playing in gold rank. No, when I yeah when I got placed in the from when I went from silver into gold. I mean, I stuck at the very bottom bar of gold, and the game has it set where once you reach gold, you cannot D-rank below it, and you can't go down to silver. You if you go down to gold 0, you're down at the very bottom of gold, and you just stay there. And I stayed there for the longest, a week, maybe 2, and little by little, I had to start incorporating the game, learning how to drive rush and do everything, and get there. And it's a process, guys. It's a process. And at first, you know, I was really irritated of just drive rush, and I still am sometimes. When your opponent just throws it out raw, it's like, what are you doing? You're not even playing the game right. Because if you're just throwing out raw, and once your opponent starts to pick up on that's what they're doing, you're gonna get punched, and your opponent's gonna stop. I mean, they're just gonna have to learn the hard way. Um, and that's something I had to, because with God, I was pushing lots of buttons, and you can't do that. And I think I saw that someone on Reddit talk about that on the Street Fighter Reddit. Yeah, I know Reddit. I know. But you get some information. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of it is just a bunch of like opinion pieces, but sometimes you find some gems in there. Trust me, guys. And the thing is, with Drive Rush, it really puts the person in check who just likes to hit buttons and just have these attack strings, and that aren't always safe. And that's what I was falling under that category. I mean, I just love pushing buttons, and I get caught with the DR. So now I have to know. I want to make sure I lead with a button that can cancel into drive impact in case, you know, they try to throw one out there. And the second, and once you start checking your opponent, they're gonna stop. They're gonna change their approach. I mean, when I was playing against a Geef, he was just spamming it, just using it to get in, like using it like as a pseudo green hand. But once I started catching on, he had to find different ways to getting in, and I just was able to keep him out. So it's just about having to learn and adapt. And you know, it's 2 months, and I'm still just barely at the point where I'm incorporating the game, and I still have to execute better. There's lots of things I have to do. Um, I have been playing on the leverless junk food arcade snack box micro, which I enjoy. I am enjoying, and also they're going to be selling some. And I don't know if you guys have been looking for leverless controllers, but right now they seem to be they seem to be out of stock for some places. If you try to look at at some of the, you know, like the smaller, I won't say smaller, maybe just not well known brands like Junk Food Arcade, Arcade Paradise, Impress. What else? Other one? There's several other ones, guys. But if you try to go to their sites, a lot of them are like sold out. Now, of course, you get like the one from like the Victrix, but that one's like at, I think that is that coming in at 399, 399, 350. I'm not too sure. The Hitbox. I think that one might be the one to like. You might want to avoid the Hitbox right now, guys, especially since it's not really. And I'm going to need you guys to check that for me. But I don't know the Hitbox right now, the actual Hitbox, the OG one, has them set for PS5. Or if they do, they might be a little bit more extra. I'm not too sure, but I'm definitely in the market of wanting to pick up another one slightly larger than the one I have now because, like I said, I like the XL, but I feel it's just a little bit too tiny, and I want to experiment with the XL, the micro. Sorry, I have the micro, and I want to experiment with the XL. So I'm going to try to pick one up this weekend. And I know they said they're going to be selling some at Evo starting at 8:30 Friday morning, and I think they're gonna have some on their online store. So I got one of my boys to go pick one up for me if I can get one. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we can. We'll see because those things are a hot commodity right now, guys. But yeah, just trying to play the game. That's another thing too. This podcast, guys, is gonna be shorter than the other ones, guys. But and I'm gonna rant about Street Fighter because that's what I've been doing a lot. I haven't touched Final Fantasy. I barely even touched Elden Ring. I'm right at the last. I'm at Radagon. Right about fight him, and I have to go explore the consecrated snowfields to go get access to the Halley Tree and then go fight Millennia. I'm almost done with that third playthrough. Right now, I'm just kind of just coasting until later on this month till we get Armored Core 6 or Blasphemous 2. But yeah, going back to Street Fighter, I was actually playing last night. I was grinding out some levels, and I go up a level, down a level, up a level, down a level. You know, hold a rank up, then lose a rank. But you know, it's little by little. You're starting. I'm starting to make some gains and some progression, and I'm getting up there. It's a grind fest, guys. It really is. At that point now, it's just having to. Even when I lose, I'm starting to appreciate my losses because I'm getting to see where I'm screwing up. And sometimes just during the gameplay, I know where I'm messing up because of not being able to optimize a damage combo, not executing properly, and that's all I mean. That's just something I gotta practice more. And there's a lot of times too, guys. I just set the dummy to wake up with OD Shoryuken, OD DP. Uh, OD is just like EX for this game. And then just trying to learn how to do proper punish combos, either using meter or no meter, just depending on the situation. Most part, I will cash out. If I got the meter, I will use it just to do good as much damage as possible. If I have to go put myself in burnout, if it's not too early in the round, I'm fine. We're putting myself in burnout. I feel like I can get some damage in. But when I'm playing and I'm trying to learn the game, the matchups, how to play the game right. I'm trying not to play my opponent's game. I don't want to play, chase them down. I'm playing Guile. I'm gonna just keep throwing them sonic booms and just crawl in there and inch my way in and get some damage. And although I do tend to play aggressive with Guile, but that's something I have to rein back in the aggression and be more patient, but still have some aggression in there because I feel it has really good buttons and he could really get some damage in. But going back about last night when I was playing, is just I noticed sometimes, and I try not to, and I ranted about this on during the stream last night. I don't know if you guys were there or not, but and I try not to let this get to me, and not that it gets to me, but it's something that I've been noticing, and I want to point out is when you see your opponents, whether win or lose, they just don't want to hit the rematch button. And now, look, I don't know what's going on the other end, right? I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Maybe something happened. Maybe someone, maybe dinner's ready. Maybe someone needs the attention. Maybe there's an emergency and they can't rematch. Fine, it is what it is. But I've noticed that after getting a string of people not wanting to do the run back, it just gets a little frustrating because it's like how do you plan on learning how to like how to play the game? Because I always feel like when you're in the lower ranks, when you're starting off, when you're like what is like what they start you off at, rookie, iron, and then it goes into bronze, silver, and gold, platinum, diamond, master. It's like when you're first starting off in the lower ranks, that's all about learning your character. What do you do? I mean, can you execute can you execute your special moves? Can you put things to? Can you start putting some of your text together and make strings? Can you, just it's the basic stuff where everybody's kind of learning. We're trying to get you out of the habits of just punish with a throw, and actually do some more optimal things. And then as you progress, you start learning more and more. And then you get to the part where, okay, now I know my character. Now I'm gonna have to work on how just to execute my combos. Then you get to the part when you get that down. Then it gets to the part where now I have to start learning how to play very clean and know the matchups. When am I plus? When am I negative? When is my opponent plus? When is my opponent negative? And start learning that. And you start learning that as you progress up. But it feels like even at the rank where I'm at now, where I feel when it was in Street Fighter Five, in Street Fighter Five Platinum, like you had to play this, and they still weren't great. And I didn't stay at Platinum for long. I always stayed in the high end of the gold. But by then, you really had to start knowing your characters and know what you're doing. And it feels like in this one, a lot of people are just going around just doing shenanigans and just shenanigans, just doing a bunch of like stuff that, like, what are you really playing Street Fighter? Like, or do they have this mentality of they actually think they're doing something? I mean, look, at the end of the day, they could play the game however you want, whatever, that's fine, right? But I want to get into the mindset of, is this how you really play? Because look, don't get me wrong, guys. I try to emulate some of the strong players. I like to see a Kanu and how he does his guile. I like to see Knuckle do and how he plays his guile, or just see other people when I play the mirror, see how they play guile and play the character, right? And that's just any fighting game, whether I'm playing when I'm playing Leo on Strive, or I'm playing Nakali in Street Fighter Five. It's just I want to know what the other people are doing so I can at least incorporate that into my gameplay. At a certain point, though, you start knowing the rhythm of the game and how it should be played. And then when you see some people just doing this stuff that shouldn't be working, or it's just just gimmicks, it's like, okay, I get it. Like, I mean, like yesterday I was going up against an E Honda, and all he kept doing was the freaking uh um he kept doing his headbutts and butt slams. Once I started parrying that and learning that, oh, after it gets blocked or parried, he goes into a drive impact. I just had to start, picking up on his patterns and then just start breaking them down. Mind you, I still lost the match because I dropped some oh God, I dropped some combos. That's the hard part, dude. It's like when you lose to stupid stuff that you did, like that, or like when you get beat by your opponent, when you just like get beat because they're just out executing you, like, all right, man, there's nothing you do. I mean, you're just a better player. But when you lose to just because you do input errors or just didn't know something or just hesitate or choke or something, like those losses are the ones that hurt. Those are the ones you got to sit back and realize, damn, I gotta do this a lot better. But yeah, guys, I've been getting back on Street Fighter. I've been enjoying it. Tomorrow on Thursday, I do plan on. By the time you hear this, guys, tomorrow I do plan on having a fresh to 10 with one of my coworkers. So hopefully you guys are able to catch that. I can't wait. I'm excited. It's. I think I'm getting my second win with that game because I was a little bit frustrated with it, but and that's and I'm a little bit frustrated, but not to the point where I was going to quit the game. It's just like, okay, sometimes you guys just take a step back and take a breather. I'm more upset on how Capcom's handling the game, but it's fine. It's like, and I even asked this during stream. It's like, why? Because I load up the game and this is season 2 battle pass is now raised. Like, why does a fighting game have a battle pass? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, when did this become the norm? When did this become okay? I don't like it. I don't. I think it's needless. It's some games. I don't think any game should have it, but some games do get away with it. Whatever. I don't mess with them. That's fine. You know what games you are, the battle royales and shit like that. I just don't know why it's in a fighting game, and I don't know why they feel they have to go in this direction. And look, I know some people are gonna say, well, it just that's how it is now, and just gonna accept it, and I refuse that, because that's how you get changed, like culturally changed, because it doesn't do it with just one massive, like a big old dramatic change, because that's not gonna fly. If it's just something super major and people don't like it, they're gonna voice it, and they're gonna either tweet about it or let the people know or whatever, and they're gonna get a lot of flashback. I mean, not fast, a lot of flashback. They're gonna get a lot of clash, a lot of bad feedback. And we've seen it before. We've seen it when was it when Microsoft wanted to increase the prices on the Game Pass. They heard that and people weren't happy, and they changed it. I think there was something else. Oh man, there was something else. I think Twitch did something too when they were going to change some of the monetary or no, they're going to change how you can monetize off of ads or sponsors. People weren't happy. They went to Twitter and they made a noise, and Twitch changed that. But you see, the thing is, when these game companies start doing these little things, these little changes, and people are just like, okay, yeah, it's cool, it's fine. Well, yeah, well, the other games are doing it, so I guess it's okay. Once you start allowing that to happen, and that happens, and it happens, the next time you look up to see where you stand, you are a mile away from where you originally stood. So I'm just telling you guys, you guys know I'm vocal when it comes to all the practices the games are doing. I mean, it's a whole different animal. I'm not a fan. And I know I sound like I sound like a broken record. I'm beating the dead horse. But just be mentally aware of what's going on, guys. Be mentally aware. Um, Speaking of Evo weekend, so Tekken 8 recently had their closed network test, their CNT, and it turns out, and I don't have any proof, okay? I don't have any proof. I haven't seen it myself, but it looks like the Namco cops are busting down on whoever have the cracked version of Tekken 8. Look, we saw this happen with Street Fighter 6 when they had some online tests. And look, Tekken 8, from whatever version you have now, and when it releases, I suspect early 2024, it's going to be a whole different animal, okay? That being said, I still don't think it's right for the person to grab it, get a illegal version, or a version that's not intended to continue being played and continue playing. I just think that's wrong. And yeah, I'm not here to be, the moral police when it comes to video game ethics and shit, because no one cares about that. But me personally, I just feel like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you don't have anything else to do? Like, play another game or practice something else? It's like chill, dude. It's fine, because this stuff is just gonna go around. People are gonna start talking, and things are gonna come out, and then and the worst part is Bandai Namco already came out with a statement saying, if anybody is caught or knows or whatever, there's gonna be some consequences or repercussions. And look, just like avoid yourself all the hassle. You don't want to do none of this hearsay. He said, she said, did this. You got no proof, but then you have the crack beta on your freaking desktop in the corner somewhere. No, you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to be a part of that. It's not worth it. At the end of the day, just be. Don't worry about it, man. I mean, let it go. It's not worth it, in my opinion. You think some Street Fighter players got the cracked version? They had to, right? They want an edge. The game's so close to release, even if there's some changes from the beta to the initial release to the launch. Some people played it anyway. I really wish I knew who they were, and not because I want to be like, oh, I know they have it, they played the crack beta, they should get banned. No, I don't care about that. Just to show you, like, how honestly you are as a player, or how much you got to do whatever you have to take, how much you have to do, like fucking Eddie Guerrero, that shit, right? Cheat to win by any means necessary. I'm just curious because I think it'd be a good thing to talk about, because who's to say something happens down the future where these companies start saying, yeah, we're not going to do any more closed network tests until the month of, just to stress the test, just to like test the servers and all of that. Who knows? I mean, I would hate for it to come that way, to come down to that, but there's some times where the people are going to ruin it for everybody else just because they want to get some sort of edge. What else, guys? Before we wrap it up, Microsoft. I saw this from a tweet from Mr. Tom Warren saying that Microsoft has started selling Xbox controller parts on its online store. This includes Xbox Elite 2 and standard Xbox controllers to help fix sticks, buttons, covers, and more. Which I think that's awesome because I have several. I love the Xbox controller when it comes to playing on the PC or any gaming. Well, mostly PC games. Um, I play my Xbox controller and I love them. It's great. And unfortunately, I had one where, I had it and I always play hardwired. I had it hardwired, and one of my dogs needed my attention, and I swiveled my chair to the side, and the cord kind of pulled on it, and it where you connected through the USB mini, it yanked it, and now it's still a good controller, but I just can't hardline it. I mean, I could play with it wireless, but sometimes I feel like it's not as responsive playing over Bluetooth than it is being hardlined. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I don't know how you guys feel about that. And maybe they won't. Maybe there isn't a simple fix for that controller. Maybe that controller is doomed. But if I could at least look at online the store and see maybe they have some sort of kit or something to help me kind of replace it or something. That would be great because it would be a shame just to grab a controller just because one part is missing, and that's just not the USB. I'm not talking about just the USB port, but maybe a button or a trigger breaks or something like that. I think it's a lot better than just tossing away the controller and then having to get a new one. It's just less e-waste, and just better for the consumer, right? Guys, I think that's it for me for today. I want to say I know it was a short episode, guys. I kind of just ranted more about Street Fighter. But we'll come back next week. We'll talk about Evo results. That's a lot of things. Hopefully, we're gonna get a lot of announcements. Maybe we'll get the next fighter for Street Fighter. Maybe some more news for season 3 of Guilty Gear. Maybe some more Tekken news. I mean, all across the board. I can't wait. I'm excited. Even for Mortal Kombat. I don't even play the damn game, but you know what? If we get some news, I can't wait to just to share with you guys and let you know. Anyways, guys, I'm done for the night. I'm gonna go finish the rest of the podcast. I'm gonna maybe go read a book and then go to sleep. Guys, I love you. Thank you for listening. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have fun, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, guys.